On Amazon Prime as we speak. Podcast, Everybody's Awful, except you. And dates all over the place for Mr. Florentine at jimflorentine.com.
Yep.
Got that?
Yep.
All right, we got some news, but did you find that clip, Dawson? And if you did, put it on the screen or update the screen. But
Byron's
if you didn't,
looking for it.
If you didn't, you don't have to put it on. So you can just chime in when you find it. There's also some pretty good Liz Warren. I like when Liz, she spools up. She like throttles up and she starts cutting on a hinge and she starts yelling at
The warpath
too. Yeah. She's Indian. That's the Iroquois in her coming out. You know, she's
I thought she was Shoshone.
Oh, Shoshone. Sorry, she's on the warpath.
1%, right? We found that
less than whatever
less
we
than
got.
1%.
Yeah, that's good. By the way, that's not disqualifying. You're just fucking lying about your heritage and then lecturing everybody on cultural issues the whole time. But anyway, she got spun up. We'll look for that other clip, but let Joe play the Liz Warren one just because it's funny.
You financially down the line.
I'll comply with all the ethical guidelines.
That's not the question. You have said
You're asking me, Senator, you're asking me not to sue vaccine pharmaceutical companies. Yeah, you are. That's exactly what you're doing.
Look, no one should be fooled here. As Secretary of HHS, Robert Kennedy will have the power to undercut vaccines and vaccine manufacturing across our country. And for all of his talk about follow the science and his promise that he won't interfere with those of us who want to vaccinate his kids, the bottom line is the same. Kennedy can kill off access to vaccines and make millions of dollars while he does it. Kids might die, but Robert Kennedy can keep cashing in.
Senator, I support vaccines. I support the childhood schedule.
You know what? He should go full Dan Aykroyd and just go, Elizabeth, you ignorant slut. And just start every sentence with that. There's another good one. By the way, I was looking up. I was like, who was the last guy? It was Javier Becerra, but that's Joe Biden called him Javier Baccaria. That was the Javier Baccaria. He didn't even know. The president didn't even know who the last guy was who he appointed. It's Javier Baccaria over here. Like, even know his fucking name. So I don't know how important this job is, but all right. There's another clip where she's talking about him enriching herself. But I was thinking, here's what I was thinking about. And here's what Robert Kennedy should have said, but go ahead.
He's a Kennedy. He has enough money.
Yes, I agree.
How are you going to make money off not selling vaccines?
Here she goes.
Every one of those lawsuits. Well, let me start the list. You could publish your anti-vaccine conspiracies, but this time on U.S. government letterhead, something a jury might be impressed by. You could appoint people to the CDC vaccine panel who share your anti-vax views and let them do your dirty work. You could tell the CDC vaccine panel to remove a particular vaccine from the vaccine schedule. You could remove vaccines from special compensation programs, which would open up manufacturers to mass torts. You could make more injuries eligible for compensation, even if there is no causal evidence. You could change vaccine court processes to make it easier to bring junk lawsuits. You could turn over FDA data to your friends at the law firm, and they could use it however it benefited them. You could change vaccine labeling. You could change vaccine information rules. You could change which claims are compensated in the vaccine injury compensation program. There's a lot of ways that you can influence those future lawsuits and pending lawsuits while you are Secretary of HHS. And I'm asking you to commit right now that you will not take a financial stake in every one of those lawsuits so that what you do as Secretary will also benefit you financially down the line.
All right, you can pause it. You just had a president who's pardoned his entire fucking family, bitch, because his son and his brother and everyone was going abroad and hammering checks from rogue nations. By the way, whose son was a junkie who goes to Ukraine to start shell companies and front Burisma energy companies and get paid and then kick the money back to you, big guy, 10%. So, Liz, are you really, how worried are you about this graft and this corruption you speak of? I know you're worried a lot about Kennedy over here making some extra bucks as a lawyer, but we just had to pardon this guy's entire fucking family because he just grifted rogue nations into paying his junkie son and his brother and the rest of his family money. Is that something you might want to give some thought to?
And also the Fauci pardon goes back to 2014.
Right. So
it goes back 10 years.
Maybe there is some grift and some corruption, and maybe there is something to think about. I don't know.
Maybe
I wonder
all
if she's concerned
politicians
about that.
are telling on themselves now through this kind of thing.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, when you find Rochelle, you'll tell me. I'll put it on the screen. All right, what do we got? We got some news.
Got some news here. A lot of teachers don't want to work. This guy kind of did. Florida educator arrested after boozy teen party at principal home goes off the rails. A drunken teenage house party in Florida with shenanigans worthy of a high school movie has led to child abuse charges against an elementary school principal and a teacher.
Man.
Apparently they were partying hard in Florida.
How old were the kids?
Yeah, they were teenagers.
Okay.
So it's like a weird,
I don't know.
Listen, let the kids drink at 15, 16 at the house and just make sure they got an Uber on the way home. What's the big deal?
This story is very buttoned down about there's marijuana on the premises.
Well, there's a weird thing, like when you hear any of those stories about high school hazing rituals. You know, you have the prim and proper reporter, and she's sitting down with the Christian youth guy, and she's going, and they did what? They held him down, and he put his scrotum sack on the chin, and they go, oh my God. And I'm like, that sounds like Tuesday for me. I mean, that's all we...
That just happened on Sunday at my house. My friend,
there was a teabagging.
He brought a cake over, and he forgot it because he wanted to bring it back to his wife. And he called me. We're watching football. He goes, "Hey, put that cake on your front porch because my wife wants it." I said, "Okay, no problem." And three of us put our balls on the cake and filmed it and took pictures of it. And I put it out. He picked it up yesterday.
Really?
And we haven't told him yet.
Oh, good.
This just happened on Sunday.
No, yeah, you did the balls on the cake.
All three of us, we took turns.
This is happy birthday.
This wasn't in my 20s. This was 3 days.
He's like, I'd send my wife in a lift over myself, but she can't fit. She's at home in yoga pants. Now wait a minute. You did the balls on the cake move.
Yeah.
So everyone would do. Okay, we did my buddy Ray would always do something called the turtle, which is at every party. He got naked, took the sack, pulled it up over everything, turtled it all the way up, and then walked through the party with the
satchel.
The satchel. We called it the turtle. He called it the turtle. You know what I mean?
His coin purse.
But I mean, all this stuff. If you had RFK Jr.'s cousin reading this stuff about Jim Florentine and what he did, or what we did, or anything we did, it sounds horrible when you read the minutes from our high school days, and for you, apparently just a couple of days ago.
And he placed his scrotum upon the cake.
Was there frosting on the sack?
No frosting.
No frosting.
It wasn't a frosted cake.
Okay, so that's decent.
But his wife really liked the cake. So he actually came back the next day. I left it on my porch. I put it out there Monday morning. I said, He texted me on Monday, "Hey, where's the cake?" I go, "It's on the porch. You can come pick it up."
That's what you get for getting porch cake.
Now, and I told him, I said, "We're not going to tell him yet. Let's let him have the cake for a few days. Then we'll."
Does he share this information with his wife once he finds out?
Yeah.
Probably, because he would do the same thing.
He would?
Yeah.
Okay.
He said he was a big Washington fan. He said if they won, he was going to eat his own shit, and he's 60.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I said, you could do it in my basement. I have a steam cleaner. I'm good to go.
Would you draw the line at a frosted cake in terms of back sack activity?
No, I would still do it.
You still do it?
Yeah. Even if there was candles burning, I'd still do it on it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But
Would it be okay to give them the cake with the impression of your scrotum on the cake?
I don't think anyone sees a cake and goes, I think 3 dudes rub their nuts on this.
No, nobody thinks
They'd
that.
say, like, I think the lid caved in and scraped some of the frosting off, but no one ever goes, those are nut tracks. Like, there's no Indian who can put his ear down and, like, look up, like, what's going on? He's
3 men.
scrotum. 3 men. Prodigious scrotum. Much hair. Yeah, I don't think, I really don't think there's any tells. Also, when things get really outrageous, people can't even go there. Like, people don't go, either this guy was putting the cake in the box and his thumb rubbed it, or 3 guys dragged their nutsack across it. Like, they won't even go there.
Yeah. It would be hyper vigilant. One video of TikTok of you and your buds putting nuts on the cake, every cake will be thoroughly inspected afterwards.
And, you know, my son had a couple of his friends did it. I didn't actually see it because we did it behind the bar. But you would think if that happened, 3 14-year-olds would have done it.
Right.
Yeah.
You would think, okay, if someone put their balls on a cake, it's got to be the 14-year-old
The spirit of the 14 got in
No,
there.
not them.
No, yeah, not them. I also,
Not that kind of party.
young kids don't fuck with their friends anymore.
Yeah.
Like for my entire childhood was one big headlock.
Yeah,
Just
prank.
fucking wrestle, headlock, smack. Fucked with everyone all the time. I mean, if anyone passed out or fell asleep, they got
forget
pissed
it.
on, or the sack on the head, or whatever. It was all 24/7. I see my son, and he's like, I was like coming in the living room, 14, and it's just him and 2 of his friends are just watching TV, and I'm like, no headlocks,
No nothing?
no fucking wet willies, no titty twisters, no Indian burns, like no nothing. It's like no.
My friend had a famous move called crack finger. He'd stick a finger in his ass.
No.
And put it
Oh,
under
yeah.
their nose
Oh, yeah.
and they're
Oh,
passed
oh,
out.
1,000.
Called a crack finger. So we called him. He's like, don't give me crack finger.
Dirty
He's like, I'll
fancy.
pass out or you're getting crack finger.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
No, it was endless.
I'll wake up murderer, man.
I know.
The stuff we did is not even. It defies description. We didn't have. I mean, my friends were nuts, and they do everything. And this grosser, the better. That's all they did. And you try to. Normal people or women ever hear this? They can't digest it.
I would
It
love
doesn't
to
make
be
sense.
getting questioned like Bobby there, and they go, "Do you have a friend that used to give out crack finger at parties?" I go, "Yeah, and he was my best man at my wedding." Yes. And I'm still great friends with him.
Yeah.
Hope you didn't pass out at the bachelor party. Oh, God. The Hitler mustache of poo.
Every party we went to, my friends, it didn't matter whose house it was. They just go into the bathroom, walk in the bathroom, take the shampoo out of the shower, piss, fill it up with
Oh,
piss,
my
put
God.
the thing back, and just set it back. It was like compulsory. Like I'd go, like, I'm going to get some chips. Yeah, I got to swing by the bathroom and piss in the shampoo, and then I'll meet you at the chip bowl. You want some chips? Yeah, I'm dying, but let me go piss let me get it out of the way. That's all they did.
We'd also take upper deckers in the toilet.
Oh, yeah.
We'd take the lid off the top and go up there.
Oh, man.
And just leave it. And then, until they flush it, they have no idea.
Yeah.
Damn, I was going to...
Always upper deck. We go to house parties all the time.
I was going to invite you guys to watch the UFC, but
No.
yeah, no
Yeah,
thanks.
I got a pen.
Bring some cake.
There's a penthouse to the upper decker.
No.
That's the school bathroom stall divider. Go up to the penthouse.
Oh,
What?
See how your bomb site's looking.
I never even thought about that.
Go to the penthouse. There is a penthouse
That's
to the
a whole
upper
other
decker. Next level.
That is.
I'm not trying to be a one-upper, pardon
That
the
is
pun. But you can go upper deck. There's upper deck, then there's penthouse. We go to the penthouse.
In other news,
Imagine that.
the Los Angeles wildfires, a lawsuit alleges video shows what started the Eaton fire.
Oh, really?
This
That's
is
the one in
this just
Altadena?
in. Yeah, apparently a new lawsuit is alleging that a local utility company is at fault for sparking the deadly Eaton fire around
shocker.
Los Angeles after
Infrastructure.
surveillance video shows what lawyers say may have started the fire.
We have.
Yeah, we have the video.
All right. It's, What are we looking at?
It's zooming in on. It looks like wires over a.
The wind.
Yeah, exactly.
Knocks the power wires. Are we ever going to fucking bury these power wires, or we're just going to have? We're just going to burn to the ground every 4 years?
To me, what was so confusing about the whole thing was that Malibu, a community of well-off people, could not get the cats herded in the right direction to bury. They have enough money to do it. They would have to be without AC for like 2 nights.
We can't do things in LA.
You can't corral everybody to be on the same page.
We're weirdly. So we have $24 billion to waste on homeless, but we don't have enough money to bury wires along a 4-mile stretch of PCH, and we have $100 billion for a bullet train that's not a bullet train that doesn't go anywhere, but we don't have a few $1 million to bury power lines in a place where the tax, you pay exorbitant taxes and homeowners tax and everything like that. So I never can figure out, like they'll go, we don't have enough money to feed these kids lunch, and it's like, but you just gave $24 billion to homeless and we don't have anything to. So do we have money or don't we have money? It's just kind of, it's like it'd be like if your wife went, you went, could we renew my membership to the YMCA? It's only $19 a month and I use it every day to work out. And she'd go, we don't have that kind of cash, honey. And you'd go, you just bought diamond encrusted swizzle sticks for making martinis. And she'd go, yeah. But what about the why? Yeah, we don't have that kind of money. We didn't allocate money for that. We got the diamond-crusted swizzle sticks. And you're like, well, wait a minute. Hold on. You know what you'd say to your wife? Do we have money or don't we have money? I'm confused.
In this metaphor, what are the swizzle sticks? Because I don't see any major projects that they're doing.
The swizzle sticks are the train to nowhere. That's $80 billion, rich, the aforementioned, or the $24 billion on homeless that yields more homelessness. That's the golden-plated swizzle sticks. And then burying the wires is like the membership to the Y. Yeah. That's not going to cost that much, and I would use it. Yeah. But they won't do it. I don't know.
Meanwhile, when there's new cable, Verizon or 5G, they're always putting that on the, digging up and putting that in your town.
Well, let's just do it. Everything just burnt to the ground. Fires are caused all the time by these power poles that are 80 years old, falling over in a wind and starting a fire. They're an eyesore. They're a nuisance. And by the way, lots of drunk drivers get killed hitting power poles. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Let's look out for the drunkards out there. A lot of drunks wrapping their cars around a power pole. You can't wrap your car around. Nobody ever went, I don't know. You know how drunk you'd have to be to hit buried conduit? Phil was so fucked up that he actually ran into conduit that was buried 4 feet in the ground. God damn, he must have been fucked up. Yes.
Yeah, the lawsuit states the Eden Fire is yet another tragic example of Edison's pattern of neglect and mismanagement, a legacy of repeated failures to address known risks associated with its aging and hazardous electrical infrastructure.
Everyone's just going to start suing everyone now. Everyone's suing. I saw a commercial last night for a class action lawsuit. Like, did your house burn?
Yeah.
Why wasn't there water in the reservoir? What started the fire? Who started the fire? How come the hydrants weren't manned? That it's going to be lawsuits.
Yeah.
One more fucking lawsuit that I'm not going to get in on. I used to sit around and watch all those commercials for Camp Lejeune.
Oh my!
Right. And I was like, oh man, I wish I could get some of that Camp Lejeune money. Never happened. Then it's like, did you work in the shipbuilding industry? I'm like, nah, I wish I did.
Were you at the Adam Carolla studio? Do you have mesothelioma?
Yeah.
I'm sure you dealt with asbestos at some point in your construction days.
As a construction worker, yeah, but I don't know who to sue.
Yeah. Right.
I wish I just worked in the shipbuilding industry. It'd be so easy. You know what I mean? Maybe I could go in there and lie.
Especially when we got paid off the books.
Yeah.
I
could just go in there and go like, yeah, I worked in the shipbuilding industry. Oh, you did? Yeah, remember Gilligan's Island. Remember that boat? Yeah, that was mine.
Photoshop you next to a schooner.
Yeah, that was me. I did that one. I would do a catamaran once in a while, but I was kind of a deep V guy. You know what I mean? Outboard, inboard, whatever. I'd get my story straight. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Wear one of those hats that turned up and
Yamaha makes a hell of an outboard. Yeah. I'll tell you that. Yamaha, the Mercury makes a good one too. Inboard, we do Caterpillar.
You could say, and I was responsible for the hole in the boat.
Yeah.
I wouldn't build it right. I was hungover that day.
Yeah. Bezos's boat? I didn't build it all, but I was in on it. Oh yeah, I worked on that. So if I get a little cash for the.
So you think that all these people are going to win these
I got
lawsuits?
the mesothelioma thing. It's all right.
You think people are going to win all these lawsuits?
I don't know how anyone's going to pay for any of them, but oh man, you know what I'd like to do? I'd be like, I worked in the shipbuilding industry for a while when I was stationed over at Camp Lejeune. I combine them. You know what I mean? Like I was building boats at Camp Lejeune. Yeah, and of course, after the place burned down in the Palisades, I had nowhere to go, so I had to stay in the barracks full time, building ships over there at Camp Lejeune. So anyway, if I could just get in on some of this cash, that would be awesome. All right, so we don't have, there's no Rochelle Walensky tapes anywhere. All right.
We're going through.
Nothing. I wonder if they scrubbed that stuff.
Probably.
Possibly.
What are you looking for?
Looking for a press conference she gave on schools not being able to reopen after she.
Well, we can probably compromise. Just find the one where she said it should open. That one.
Okay, we'll look for that one.
You look for that one.
Well, here's something to fire you up. Minneapolis. Sorry, bud.
I imagine we're going to run into the same not being able to find them.
Well, try it.
They scrub it from the internet. Minneapolis mayor announces the city will not cooperate with Trump's deportation policy.
Of where?
Yeah, Minneapolis.
Oh, God, what happened to Minneapolis?
That's a strange place.
Paul Bunyan was from Minneapolis, and so was Bud Grant.
That's right.
And now we got a bunch of fucking pussies
Kirby
in
Puckett.
Minneapolis. It's weird. Yeah, Kirby Puckett, Bud Grant, like the greatest Americans were from Minneapolis area. Kirby Puckett. Yeah, you're right. All right, here it is, sir.
I want to speak directly to people who are undocumented. We love you. We care about you.
That's right.
In the city of Minneapolis, we will stand up for you, and we will do anything in our power to help. Because you're not an alien in our city, you're a neighbor. Now, in Minneapolis, we have what is called a separation ordinance. And that separation ordinance states clearly that our city officials, our police officers and beyond, will not be gathering information showing who is and who is not documented.
Yeah, why would you want to know?
We do not ask the question with regard to immigration status, and because we haven't asked the question, we don't have any data to show documentation status in our city. Our police officers will not be cooperating with federal law enforcement around federal immigration law. We enforce state and local laws here in Minneapolis, and we will do so to the best of our ability. But as for cooperation with ICE, the answer is no. And so, again...
This guy's a hero.
Is that Omar in the yellow?
Ilhan Omar, yeah.
Yeah.
And the bitch behind me definitely didn't marry her brother to keep him in the United States. Yeah. Fucking
What?
idiots.
That happened?
Yeah.
I totally
Yeah.
missed that.
That's a good one. Yeah, all right. Well, they're fucked. Good. I mean, it's fine till someone gets fucking stabbed by an illegal, and then they're pissed. But whatever. I don't know. Just fucking run your city into the ground,
Yeah.
tard. Have fun. All right, one more. Madonna.
All right, yeah, Madonna does stand-up comedy set in New York City. She made a return to stand-up comedy in New York over the weekend. I think she edged Florentine off the stage that night. The Queen of Pop stopped by the Comedy Cellar on Saturday night, thanks to an invitation from her buddy Amy Schumer, performing a full 30-minute set at the Iconic Club. According to the tabloid, it was a bit of a rough night for Madonna.
Yeah. So no one filmed it. But
No.
Yeah, they won't. They put the phones in the bags.
Phones in the
at
bags.
the Comedy
Oh,
Cellar.
really?
Yeah.
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 I missed her by one night. I would have loved to see that set. Watch her
I went
bomb.
there to watch a show once with a really unattractive date, and they were trying to have her put a bag on her head, and I was like, "Come on now, now you're crossing the line." They're like, "Really? It's for safety of the comedian." Wow, I mean, I understand the phone. The phone, I understand,
Right,
but I feel like you've crossed the line with the bag on her head. She's got a great personality, if you care to ask. We're gonna need. I'd be the greatest bouncer. We're gonna need the phone in the bag, and also Broomhilda over here. Yeah, you 3.5. Yeah, we're gonna need the bag in the head.
That was
as
always
well.
the old joke. Was she a 2-bagger?
Yeah,
Nah, just a 1-bagger.
1-bagger.
Yeah, just a
The
2-bagger.
2-bagger. Yeah. Madonna did half an hour, which she didn't need. Jim will tell you that stand-up is a lot like, well, MMA. We'll know a lot in about 2 minutes.
Yeah.
It does not take you a half hour to figure out whether the guy's got skills or not. We'll know in the first 90 seconds.
I know 30 seconds.
30 seconds in. You can literally tell by the way the guy moves toward
walks,
the stance.
Yeah, exactly,
right?
yeah.
So with stand-up, it's a little longer than MMA, but in the first, I'd say 2 or 3 minutes, we got a pretty good idea where you're at.
If you got a couple laugh lines out in that 2 minutes, then it's worth it.
We don't need to get to the half-hour mark.
Well, she's like a new comic that everything you write you think is going to be great.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there's nothing she can cut out. I see she's got her notebook on the stool there too.
Mm-hmm.
So she thinks everything that she wrote in that 30 minutes is going to be great. I
Right.
can't cut anything. I can't, get to the punchline quicker. And
She doesn't
when you're
have
going
to,
on stage for the first time, you don't do 30 minutes. You're lucky if you can get away with 5 to 7 minutes.
Well, they say this isn't her first go at stand-up comedy, or even her first time at a Comedy Cellar. 2016, she opened up for Schumer at Madison Square Garden, offering blowjobs to get out the vote for Hillary Clinton. The following year, singer made her stand-up debut at the Comedy Cellar at the behest of Schumer. So Schumer's propping her up.
Maybe Schumer. You know, hot chicks have ugly friends sometimes because they just like being the belle of the ball. Of
course.
Maybe Schumer wants to be the funniest chick in the club. So she's like, Madonna, go up there and make everyone miserable for a half hour. And then I'll come in.
Save the day.
And I'll be the funny one.
Didn't Schumer say she was going to leave the country?
Allegedly.
Oh, yeah. Nobody left.
Nobody
Nobody
How come
laughed.
they never leave?
Yeah.
They make the proclamation, but they never go anywhere. Maybe they like the tax breaks. I don't know. But
Yeah,
she's
Michael
never...
Cohen was going to go. Trump's old lawyer said he was leaving. And then they'll say, I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving.
He's a hysterical douche.
I know, he
Michael
really
Cohen.
is.
I've interviewed him before. He's a hysterical douche. It's kind of weird. It's like, I don't know how you make it in your 50s as a hysterical douche, but he's a hysterical douche.
He couldn't leave because of the terms of his probation.
Oh, is that why?
Yeah.
Is that what it was? Okay.
Yeah, they revoke your passport.
He said, listen, he said, I'm leaving. Then he said, I'm not leaving. Now, the person who should have left, P. Diddy should have went, look, this guy gets elected. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
And then, he's the guy who should have fucking left.
He hung around.
Harvey Weinstein
Yes.
and P. Diddy. Harvey should have split first term. P. Diddy should have fled this term. Either way, they both needed to flee because I don't think the fucking future's bright for either one of them. And I've said it a million times. I fucking said to Mark Garagos, he was sitting right there. I said, 8 years ago, I was like, Harvey needs to fucking gas up the jet, hammer a couple bonds, get a sack of fucking cash going, and hit the bricks. And he's like, yeah, he can't do that. I'm like, he can't, or he's going to rot in jail. Like, he would fucking definitely do it.
Yeah.
Roman Polanski figured it out.
Yes.
He's been fucking drinking fine wine and eating baguettes and fucking hot French chicks for the last 52 years. He figured it out. P. Diddy should have definitely fled. And Michael Cohen should have fled.
Yeah.
But was Weinstein was Harvey Weinstein in the first, was it the end of the first Trump administration, in the middle? And then obviously P. Diddy was before. But I'm saying,
Yeah, it was
they
somewhere
both should
around.
have
It was in the
fled.
beginning. It was right in the middle of the Me Too stuff.
2017. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That was the Louis C.K.
Should have
blah,
left.
blah. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well,
I'm just waiting for Kathy Griffin said that if Trump gets in office, she's going to be in an internment camp. So I have a countdown going on my podcast every week. I have people just check if
You
you
mark the
hear
calendar?
if she's going to go, because she said if he gets elected, we'll be in an internment camp. And come see me before. That's a good way to promote the tour.
It is.
Because I will be in an internment camp.
Before I'm rounded up.
Yeah.
And put in a gulag.
Yeah,
Come
so
hear
we're-
my comedy stylings.
So I'm waiting.
Oh, God.
And we're also waiting for The View to get canceled and Bill Maher to get canceled.
Oh, that's right.
They're going to take him off the air. So we're waiting for
Stringing
that
up
too.
Jon Stewart next.
They're all just insane narcissists who they think the world fucking revolves around them. Let me tell you something. Narcissism, it's mild narcissism to go, I'm super fucking funny and I'm good looking and chicks love me. That's narcissism. But super narcissism is, I got a target on my back, everyone's gunning for me, and the president of the United States is going to make a camp and put me in it because I'm too dangerous to be left out on the street. That's ultra narcissism. Negative narcissism is bigger than positive narcissism. All right. We'll take a break. No Rochelle Walensky anywhere. Sad.
There's a lot of stuff on her, but most of it is after she's left. And some TV interviews, but press conferences I'm not finding.
Well, I don't know that it's necessarily a press conference. Douche behind the bar is like, where did you park? You can't have it. It's like I'm 50 years old. You know what I mean? It's always funny when women get flattered by it, though, because they go, oh, they want to see my ID. It's like they asked that of Nana and the Crypt Keeper.
Yeah, wait till the day you don't have your ID with you when they ask for your ID. You're not going to be so flattered anymore. You're
Right.
going to be pissed.
But if Burl Ives' corpse came in here, they would ask the corpse for the ID, or you couldn't.
Golly,
well,
poor
you'll
Burl.
find it, Dawson. You'll find it in my book. It's at the head of, I think, in 50 Years will All Be Chicks or something, because at some point in Phoenix, some sea captain pulled in next to me, full gray beard guy, and the guy said the same. We'll find it, but anyway. Oh,
It's
wait,
actually
you got
on the
it
inside jacket.
It's on the inside jacket. So.
A couple years back, I was at the Phoenix Airport bar. It was empty except for one heavy-set, gray-bearded, grizzled guy who looked like he just rode his donkey into town after a long day of panning for silver up in them thar hills. He ordered a Jack Daniels straight up, and that's when I overheard the young guy with the earring behind the bar asking him if he had ID. At first, the old sea captain just laughed, but the guy with the twinkle in his ear asked again. At this point, it became apparent that he was serious. Dan Haggerty's dad fired back. You gotta be kidding me, son. The bartender replied, new policy. Everyone has to show their ID. Then I watched Burl Ives reluctantly reach into his dungarees and pull out his military identification card from World War II.
People think this is progress. This is not being fucking stupid is not progress. That's what I want to say. All right, thank you. Go ahead. We'll do some news, Joe.
After the shock of being asked for his ID yesterday, Donald Sutherland dead at 88.
Oh.
Breaking news this morning.
Man.
Donald Sutherland.
You guys want to smoke some pot?
Yeah. Animal House. Yeah, he was great.
He was
so
great.
many movies. Though I hadn't seen him around in a little while. Wonder how Kiefer's doing. Kiefer probably like to drink a little bit because there's great footage of him just jumping into a Christmas tree.
Guaranteed.
Yeah, that.
Come on.
When you're in a hotel lobby and you just do a full Greg Louganis into a Christmas tree because you think it's a good idea spontaneously.
Yeah.
You don't walk down like as an angry Jew going, why aren't we celebrated during this time of year? No, you just walk into a hotel and you go, what's that Christmas? Fuck it! And you just start running at it. That's drunken behavior.
Well, too, you're a child star whose dad was a star. I mean, there's
You gotta drink.
You got to drink. It's part of the rules.
Speaking of drinking, there was a popular yogurt drink from the 70s called Kefir. Are you aware of
you know
this?
what? My wife is born in the Soviet Union, and they drink the shit out of that stuff.
Yeah.
They call it kefir. And
really?
It's like a thick...
It's yogurt. It's liquid yogurt.
It's liquid yogurt, yeah.
Is Kiefer Sutherland spelled the same as Kiefer?
Kefir Sutherland is the most popular
It's
yogurt drink in
Kiefer
Russia.
out here, and it's like... It's a way to get fat and think you're being healthy.
Right.
Because it's really just like drinking a milkshake, because you're just drinking high-calorie yogurt, but it tastes good and it feels healthy.
And they say probiotics.
Right. And in the 70s, it was like kefir was to a milkshake what carob was to chocolate. Like you'll get equally as fat. It's the same thing calorically. Your liver doesn't know the difference between a Hershey's bar and a chunk of this, but you feel like you're doing
you feel
something.
Like you're doing something healthy for yourself.
You're doing
today.
something healthy. Like, I didn't eat a Snickers bar. I had
So
a block.
I had
a block of halva.
Right.
It's
so
like,
I can watch a bunch of porn tonight because I've been good.
I've been a good boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll bet you, Dawson, you looked up kefir. I'll bet you kefir has the exact same, as higher calorically than drinking a Coca-Cola.
Oh, it's massive. Because when my wife first introduced it to me, I was like, oh, I'll put that on my granola. And I started gaining weight fast. And someone was like, well, what are you doing? And I told them, and they said, that's supposed to be like an eggnog type of thing. Like you should have this on occasion, not every morning for breakfast.
Kiefer Sutherland is Kiefer. And kefir, the liquid yogurt, is Kefir.
Yep.
So Donald did not name his son after you, but could have been inspired.
Or he lost that argument with his wife, and he was like, I want to name him Kefir. And she was like, no, that's fucking stupid. We're naming him Kiefer.
Yeah.
And it's spelled this way. And he just went, all right, fine. Because, he wanted to keep the peace.
Or his wife was like,
again.
Come on, I thought we settled on calling him Yo Play. No, change my mind, Mrs. Knudsen. Yeah, all right. Oh, sad. Well, not that sad. I mean,
88.
You made it to 88 and you have a good run. So be it. Okay.
One serving of Coca-Cola is 140 calories. One serving of kefir is 104 calories.
Oh.
You get it? A little less? All right.
I was very impressed when, Dan, you said you sold your record collection or part of your record collection for $3,000.
Wait, what flavor kefir did you do?
Not only that, what is the serving size? Is it both 12 ounces?
Yeah, both? Yeah, see, the serving.
I'll bet you the serving size of kefir is 6 to 8.
You're going to Google me right, Dawson. I know you try, but it's not going to work. It's got to be 12 ounces of kefir. That's
12 ounces of Coke is 140 calories.
Right. Now, what is 12 ounces of kefir? Because I guarantee it's
per cup.
It's more. All right, Dawson, you can look that up. Keep going.
How many cups in 12 ounces? How many ounces in a cup? 8?
I think it's 8.
I think it's 8 ounces. So that would be way over the Coke for 12 ounces.
Or marginally above the Coke.
Yeah.
At 106 versus 140.
150 to
8 versus 12. Yeah,
Yeah, so another half of it would be another 50 calories.
So
another 53 calories.
Yeah.
153 to 140.
Right. See, I'm right.
Fucking math. We did it.
Fucking math. Here we go.
Anyway, Queen has come over the top of your $3,000 record collection. They have sold their catalog to Sony for over $1 billion.
Oh, so they weren't previously sold because they've been playing the shit out of Queen everywhere all the time. And, Queen was big in the 70s, sort of kind of limped into the 80s, sort of stopped at the 90s, and then just sort of went away with the exception of like when a team would win a championship or occasionally Wayne's World would bring back Bohemian Rhapsody or something like that. But it was kind of few and far between, and now it's ubiquitous. It's everywhere.
The rights used to belong to Disney. So that would explain it being pumped into the zeitgeist recently. But Sony is buying the rights for $1.27 billion.
Okay, I was going to say, shit, we could have pooled together and gotten that.
Yeah.
It'd be a bargain.
Oh, you just would have to sell a couple your Tony or Orlando albums, and we could have.
That's true.
Cashed that.
Yeah. Knock 3 times.
On the ceiling, if you want me, ba-na, twice on the pipe. If you ain't gonna show.
Some shit like that. Yeah, that's how it goes. That's it.
Yeah,
oh, my darling.
Bum, bum. Yeah, I was talking about this the other day on the show. Tony Orlando's 2 biggest hits It's like I can almost hear it. But Tony Orlando's two biggest hits were like weird, obscure signal songs, like "Tie a Yellow Ribbon." He wasn't very verbal. Like he didn't say to someone, "Hey,
let's talk, honey.
I'm getting out of prison now. If I can hang out, then just open the front door.
Put a yellow ribbon up."
Yeah. He had that, and he couldn't tell his downstairs neighbor, "Hey, if you want some sex, then I'll just call you." He had everything was there was a signal for him.
That's it. 3 times.
Looking back, his family's like, was Grandpa on the spectrum?
Yeah, he couldn't.
It's taps and whistles.
He couldn't
flags.
call his neighbor and ask for a blowjob.
And his 2 background singers just gave him one name. But fuck it, we're gonna call you Dawn because I can't remember how to pronounce Alicia. So fuck it, it's Dawn.
You know, there is precedent for this.
Yeah.
I never thought about this, but there was a variety show with Jeff Altman called Pink Lady and Jeff. And Pink Lady was 2 Japanese pop stars.
Oh, wow.
But it was not called Pink Ladies and Jeff. It was called Pink Lady and Jeff, but Pink Lady was 2 people. So maybe this whole weird pronoun thing with they, like I called my daughter once to be called they, maybe these people were ahead of the curve.
That's what it is.
With all this stuff. So Dawn, Tony Orlando and Dawn was 2 chicks named Dawn or something, but not plural.
Yeah. Or he's referring to them as morning. Like I couldn't tell if it's Dawn the name or if it's Dawn as in Tony Orlando and welcome to a new dawn.
Also had to be confusing and disappointing for people who knew him because he'd be like in meetings and stuff and he'd go, "Oh," and they'd go, "Is Don with you?" And he'd go, "Yeah, Don's coming. Come on, Don, come in here." And it'd be some schlubby business manager named Don Goldberg or something.
Don Adler.
Everyone was always disappointed.
Yeah.
Had to be confusing. So Pink Lady was 2 and Don was 2, but not Pink Ladies and Dons.
Right. Well, it's like Jethro Tull is a band, not a person.
Uh-huh. Yeah, Leonard Skinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a person, but it was the dude they named it after, but yeah.
Spelled differently.
Yes, for sure.
We could probably get high and look at your collection
We could
later
spend
on.
all day looking at that collection. I'll promise you, there's some good stuff in there.
The established Pink Lady act was so fixed in unison that they performed as one entity, so the 2 were not comfortable having separate stage personalities. This is the craziest variety show ever. It's Jeff Altman, who's never funny. He's never funny. He's the guy who you would see on Letterman back in the day going, "Oh, big beefy butt steaks. My dad would come in here and you kind of go, why is he on Letterman all the time?" And the answer is he was a friend from the Comedy Store back in the day. He was like 19, wildly unfunny, and 2 women who spoke no English. And they're going, "We're doing a variety show."
This is in the 70s, I'm guessing?
Yeah, and then everything. Okay, when you can't understand something, okay, when you're confused.
Right.
Here's the way to solve every riddle. It can be confused. Here's the way it can be solved. You ready? Black, gay, or Coke. So meaning if you're sitting around one day and you're just watching daytime TV and a commercial comes on to lease you car rims and you go, "Who the fuck would lease car? How's this a business? You can't lease. There's no business model in leasing." Black. It'll work, right? And then if somebody says, like if you talk to someone and you go, "Wait a minute, you're selling a Charlie's Angels lunchbox on eBay for $4 and people are coming to your house and looking at for $4, what kind of business is It's a gay thing. It's a gay hookup thing. And then when you go, "How did this variety show ever get on the air in 1970? Like, who greenlit this thing? This is the worst thing." Coke.
That's it.
I'm telling you, gay, black, and Coke will solve all of life's mysteries. Whenever you go, why would this?
It's the modern day riddle of the Sphinx is what it is.
It'll work. You use those solution. 3, it'll clear up a lot of questions.
I'm just running through my head of like, what are the
Adam
shows I watch? And I go, yeah, that one, that's
show
Coke.
sensation.
Is it
black, gay, or Coke?
Yeah. It'll solve a problem. So this show ran for like 4 episodes or something was the worst ever. How could it not be? You had to, like, literally, Jeff Altman's like our age, and he was. This is 1979. He was at a TV show. Like he's the white Byron Allen.
Yeah,
but. I mean, how old was Jeff Altman when he did? And the reason you don't really know who Jeff Altman is because he was never funny. He was just never funny. I don't know why they thought this is a prime time. This is when there were 3 networks where
right.
the viewership was 36 million people. Just pluck this guy up and just go, here you go. Hey, meet 2 women from Japan who speak no English. Get some chemistry going. Let's do some sketches.
That's Coke for sure. Mm-hmm. Although there might be a little gay in there too.
Yeah, a little gay. Yeah. 6 episodes, Sid and Marty Krofft.
Oh, that'll do it. Sid and Marty Krofft. That's Coke all over it. Acid. Can you add acid to the list?
Yes. We'll add acid. All right.
Jerry Seinfeld had a heckler at his show in Australia yelling out pro-Palestine from the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. Jerry Seinfeld roasted the anti-Israel heckler. He solved the Middle East, is what Jerry kept saying from stage. Jerry delivered a lengthy roast against the protester before he was removed from the show, and I believe we have a clip of this.
That's what you have to do. You have to roast them. I didn't know this was in Australia. Right.
We have a genius, ladies and gentlemen. He solved the Middle East. He solved this. It's the Jewish comedians. That's what we have to get. They're the ones doing everything. Yeah, go ahead, keep going. They're going to start punching you in about 3 seconds, so I will try and get all of your genius out so we can all learn from you. It's a comedy show, you moron. Go out here.
Who are these people?
Yeah, this is so cool. Imagine, by the way, imagine if this guy actually did solve the Yes, so you're really influencing everyone here. We're all on your side now because you have made your point so well and in the right venue. You've come to the right place for a political conversation.
Did you? I've said this twice a year. When you were a child, did you envision adults being how they are now?
No, God, no. Well, they weren't that way.
Oh, maybe they weren't. You're right.
I don't think they were.
That's the age-old question. Were they always that way, or is this No,
I think it changed. But I want to say this: like, oh God, Jerry Seinfeld already. For me, I look at that clip and I think, boy, Jerry is really shitting his pants. He didn't handle that great, I don't think. I think he was sweating his fucking balls off, going, oh, fuck, what do I do? And you go, I don't know, Jerry. He's been bitching about not being allowed to be funny for decades. Now, I've got a friend who's a stand-up who does big fucking shows like that, and he still delivers.
Who is he?
Jim Jeffries. Because we did a show together. Yeah, you know Jim.
Sure.
And I have watched Jim from
Australia'd be a home gig for him.
Yeah, exactly. 10 or 11 years ago, we did that show. And I've watched his act evolve throughout the years as his points of view and whatever, right, have evolved. I've never heard Jim once go, well, they won't let me be funny anymore. Shut the fuck up. You're still allowed to be funny. Just actually be funny. That's the thing I think Jerry's missing is he's not that funny anymore. And it's not that he didn't create the greatest fucking television show in the history of the world, in my opinion.
Pink Lady and Jeff.
Pink Lady and Jeff.
Yeah.
Yes. It was his Coke.
Shit about Jeff Altman, but I don't know if I'm comfortable with you
talking about. Don't talk shit about Jerry. He'll come after us.
So I'm I'll straddle the fence here.
Sure. Well, you've stood there. I've never stood in that spot in front of an audience, doing my routine.
Here's what I will say. the comedians that go can't be funny anymore because the PC police.
Yeah.
The nonsense. You can say whatever you want.
Yeah.
But there still is a PC culture,
Oh, sure.
and it affects probably working. It doesn't really affect stand-up, but it would affect if you had a Dave Chappelle and it did Netflix, and then they protest against the Netflix special or something. There's some of that. So I feel like everyone is correct, but Seinfeld shouldn't work the angle of not allowed to do comedy anymore.
After decades of being allowed to do anything and everything he's wanted, including doing nothing or riding around in a car talking to his friends or whatever. You know,
But
no shade whatsoever.
I like older, angrier Seinfeld.
But remember when George Carlin got older and angrier?
Yeah.
I thought he was still funny.
Yeah.
Like I still thought he was fun because George was funny. Just a funny person anyway, just across the board. I feel like Jerry's very serious.
Yeah.
You know, and that's okay. I mean, I worked on The Daily Show, and Jon Stewart was very fucking serious. Jon
Stewart is by nature a extremely serious person.
Yeah. I would agree.
Ultra serious.
And I'm not. And I think that, probably led to me not having such a great experience there. But
I shouldn't defend Seinfeld because he mocked me.
There you go. See, I'm on. Let's fucking mock him.
The headline, Jerry roasts, like you said, that wasn't the greatest response.
That wasn't a roast.
It certainly wasn't the worst response to a heckler, which of course goes to his castmate on Seinfeld, Kramer. That's the worst.
Yeah, that's...
Jerry's
that's
like,
rough.
I can't, don't be that bad.
Don't watch that video.
Anything above that.
Yeah, I got a big laugh of, okay, Byron, put the Sound of Hope. Was that we saw it? Was the Sound of Hope? I gotta get Sound of Freedom, Sound of Hope.
Sound of Hope, yeah. Sound of Hope.
Oh, well, you know it. Anyway, I told Mike August. I think I told you too. We watched the whole. It's an all-black movie about a real story about a black preacher and his wife, and they adopt thousands.
I just saw this poster.
They adopt 1,000 black kids, and it's really good and it's powerful. It is. I think it's a movie that has a cast of 151 black people and one white chick in it. And after the show, and we'll play it for you guys at a later date, but I was going to go up on stage and sit with the cast and be a moderator, and get up and moderate the cast and take questions and interview the director and all that stuff. And so as the movie was winding down, Mike August and I were in the Irvine Improv watching it in a booth, and I just leaned over and I said, I'm going to have Michael Richards do about 10 minutes, and then I'm going to come out there afterward. And he laughed out loud that it was a touching part of the movie. Mike's like, that kid giving up for adoption. Mike's like, yeah.
Oh, it's fantastic.
All right, sorry. Where were we?
We have Elon Musk. Says 2 homicidal maniacs have tried to assassinate him. Elon Musk doesn't want to end up like John Lennon, and he's paranoid one of his fans will try to kill him, just like this slain Beatles singer.
Yeah.
Tesla honcho opened up at a recent shareholder meeting about precautions he's needed to take since his notoriety has skyrocketed in recent years. And he claims that at least 2 homicidal maniacs have already attempted to take his life.
That makes sense to me. I have, in terms of adults, and like we were talking about, there's adults I need and then adults I don't need. And, I'll be even-handed and say many of them are in my family. The ones I don't actually need.
Don't need
people.
them.
Don't need them.
Just saddled with them.
We're saddled with them, but don't need them. And then there's like Mayor London Breed, who wants to quiz people on trannies before the debate, and don't need her. She's not going to solve any problems. She's not going to get us to colonize Mars. She's not going to get us a tunnel under the Sepulveda Pass so we can hop in our Hyperloop and whatever. I need Elon Musk. I do not need the ladies from The Squad, and I don't need the ladies from The View, and I don't need any politician in Los Angeles. I don't need any of these people, but I kind of need Elon. And I also like the idea that they declared war on the guy who's solving all of the Earth's problems. But I need this guy, so I want him protected.
What is it you need him for, though?
I need him...
Because you don't drive an electric vehicle, do you?
I have an electric
You do?
vehicle.
Okay.
It's not a Tesla.
No, but even then, the reason we have so many electric vehicles is because of Tesla. I mean, we got him. He figured it out and then shared it. And
I bought an electric Audi, which is not on the Tesla charge infrastructure. It's on the Charge America one, which are broken down, crowded, not useful, and can't.
I'm going back to internal combustion because I can't fucking deal with the chargers anymore.
Right,
it's bullshit.
But when when you're driving around looking for a place to charge your Audi, you pass 17 Tesla charging stations, and it's like. So here's what I would say. We're not at a point in our society where you can drive an electric car full time unless it's a Tesla, in which case we do have the infrastructure for that. So for that alone, and then the Neuralink where, you know, the monkey can get the scientists to kill for him because that's where we're going.
Right,
you know
exactly.
I mean? Right now.
No, I just was curious because I look at it and I think he's given me everything I need. I could get rid of him now. I mean, he's kind of like a former WWE champion where it's like, you did it already. Yeah. Just go do something else now. You're going to be the champ again? Like, nobody's going to be impressed.
Well, I need his boring company to put a tunnel through the Sepulveda Pass.
That would be nice. Yeah.
I'd do that.
But he did say he was going to do that 10 years ago.
That to me, I don't think he's going to be able to do that one.
I don't think so either.
You can't, first off, can you imagine... In Los Angeles, the permitting process for building a pergola in your backyard, that's a 3-year process, right? Imagine like to bore a 40-foot fucking tunnel through the Sepulveda Pass.
We have to figure out who owns all that land underneath.
Oh, my, it's undoable.
The house.
It's undoable.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And there's going to be one bitch from like the Sierra Club who's going to talk about some indigenous gopher or something, and then things going to be sitting in the courts for
ground
9
owls,
years. Yes, ground owls.
Yeah, I got you.
Right. All right. Let's do another one.
All right.
Jeff Altman was 29 when he was in Pink Lady. Well, wait a minute. How old is Jeff Altman now, then? He's got to be 74, 3 or 2? Oh, he's 72 now, huh? Do you guys remember him?
No.
That picture looks familiar. Like, I feel like I saw plenty of him, like you said, like on Letterman and things like that. Like, he's one of those guys that would pop up and you go, what's this guy doing here again?
Well, get a clip of Altman from Letterman back in the day. His whole thing, his thing was big, beefy butt steaks, which you could... back in the day, you could be a comedian, you could have a thing. You know, just the thing you said, you know, and you could get by. It was kind of a, you know, latter-day get her done. You know, you just
I don't
had
get no respect.
Right. And you could do that. You don't have to call me Johnny. You can call me Ray, or you can call me Ray J, but don't call me Johnny. And it was like they just do their pattern. It was like a pattern of rap. And he did this thing where he'd play his dad, and he'd kind of pull his pants up high, kind of Chris Farley, like in a van down by the river kind of move, like dad hiking his pants up, and he's like, these big beefy butt steaks. And I remember being like 19, like home watching Letterman going, what? And then I was like, why is he on Letterman twice a year? And it's an old Comedy Store thing, you know? Sorry. We'll play it. I'll see if we can figure it out.
I'm real good.
Nice to have you here. You look terrific.
Oh, boy, I'm so good.
What's the matter?
Do you see a little fly or a parakeet in my nose right now?
There's nothing. Sit down. There's nothing.
There's a bat! There's a big bat in my nose!
There's not a no. Just sit down. There's nothing in your nose.
Sure.
A small pair of pliers.
There's a pliers in there.
There's no pliers.
Yeah.
How are you? You look good. You look like you just had a meal.
Just had a big meal, Dave.
What do you have?
It was
when you go out, what do you have?
Oh, a butt steak. I'll have a 20-pound butt steak. Just no garnish, no fries, just a 22-pound butt steak.
Yeah. And
Yep, a butt steak. This is the end of the cow.
Yeah, I see. You're not talking about a flank steak that a guy would roll up or anything, are you?
Flank?
Yeah. What it would be like?
It's a butt steak.
All right.
Big butt steak.
All right, do you guys know what's going on comedically?
No, but I mean, when he goes right to
Hold
the
on,
camera.
did I exaggerate?
No, you didn't this is like a dress rehearsal for a Robin Williams appearance on Letterman is what it is. If Jim Carrey was doing it. It's like this guy is like the child of those two guys. They twisting his face this way. There's no real sense behind anything he's saying. It's non sequitur bullshit.
Maybe we should play a little more.
We're all going to go home and watch a lot.
I'm curious, like, why?
As far as gay, black, and Coke goes, he gave it away when the first thing he said, "Is there anything in my nose?"
Well, that's a good point.
Just want a 22-pound buck steak. Do you see a hamburger on the fillet in my nose?
See, there's the Robin Williams. Now here comes the Jim. He's going to screw up his face for little Jim Carrey action.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Yeah.
But can we get serious for a second?
Whatever you want.
Okay.
There's the Jim Carrey.
All right.
I had something very, very strange happen.
I heard about this, and I don't believe this is true.
Well, it is. If I could just take a second to tell you about it. I'm sure folks here have had somebody come to their door you didn't want, somebody menacing, horrible.
A solicitor or something?
This was the worst thing that ever happened to me in my life. I'm getting ready to take a shower. I got a towel around my waist. Knock on the door. I open the door. I live out in San Fernando Valley. I crack the door like this. I'm looking at a guy dressed up completely like Santa Claus.
What time of year was this?
This was 2 days ago.
Oh.
So I said, "What do you want?" He goes, I have a promotional copy of my album. Here's my album." I said, "I don't want your." He pulls it out of a sack. I said, "I don't want your." He says, "Oh yeah, it's me and my monkey." The guy's dressed up like, so I think to myself, I don't want it. I start closing the door, and as I do, he puts the album over his head, and like automatically his fly unzips, and a small gibbon crawls out.
Small monkey.
A gibbon.
A gibbon.
A baby gibbon.
It's not like a butt steak, is it?
Not a butt steak. Not like a butt steak.
Is there a part on a gibbon that could be identified as a butt steak?
Well, you can have a gibbon steak.
Yeah.
But
Literally crawls out, and I'm terrified. I feel the guy. And
the guy's monkey climbs right out of his pants.
And I said, "Sir." This is true. I swear to God, this is true. I swear to God, this is true. I said, "Get him out of my house now."
The monkey is in your house.
No, the man in the Santa Claus is standing there, and he looks in my face and goes just like this.
All
Meow.
right.
I've got
We can stop. Does anyone know what's going on? This is fucking Letterman. This is like the biggest comedic showcase of the era.
You've done these shows, so you know there's a pre-interview where it's like, here's what you're going to talk about and shit.
Here, you be the interviewer for Letterman, all right? I've done the Letterman twice, but go ahead. You be the pre-interviewer.
The pre-interview. Do you got are there any interesting stories that you might want to share?
I got a butt steak.
Okay, well, we're not going to do the butt steak thing because it's a little weird.
About a big beefy butt steak.
But Dave specifically said he doesn't want you doing the butt steak.
Dave's got a butt steak.
All right, we're just going to go ahead with
I
this
got a
butt steak
gibbon
thing. We'll just have to cut it out.
Is there a butt steak in my nose?
Precisely.
Jesus Christ.
He's like the unfunny Larry Miller. He's got a Larry Miller thing going on, too.
He's the unfunny Larry Miller. I love Larry Miller. I remember watching this when I was like 20 going, I don't know anything about comedy. Like, I'm cleaning carpets for a living. I've never been on stage, but I do know what I like and what I don't like. And I don't know what it was not that. It was that, and I don't know what this is. I didn't know why.
Well, like I said, that's
He's
almost
doing panel too.
Chapter and verse of a Robin Williams appearance on Letterman, where it's like, "Please welcome Robin Williams," and he comes like, and then he climbs the stairs and he comes down and he sits down and he drinks Dave's coffee and Dave goes, "All right, stop it." And then he finally settles down, talks about Shakes the Clown or whatever the fuck. No, that would be Bobcat. But
Robin Williams is good friends with Bobcat.
Well. And
so your connection.
That's why I got them mixed up in my head. That's why I got them mixed up. Also, I idolized both of them when I was a teenager. Like, I'm going to be one of these guys. This is where it's at.
Are we Letterman or Bobcat or
Bobcat and Robin? Those were the two that I was like, fuck, I loved them. I was the perfect age for it. You know, it was like every movie. One Crazy Summer. There's that guy doing that weird voice.
Yeah, Bobcat's a friend. Known him since Kevin and Bean days, 90s. Used to come in all the time. It's a good dude. He's a good director. I mean, directed.
I think his movies are great. The films that he directed are great.
We used to get him to direct a lot of man show bits.
Yeah,
back in the day. I remember a few, but I don't remember all the Bobcat bits. But that was fun. So Jimmy and I were friends with him sort of back when we were peons and nobody's at the radio station, and Bob would come in as kind of the big star, but he liked us, and we'd hung out a little, and then later on we got a TV show, and then we hired